Boko Haram stormed village and killed over 40 people in Gaidam local government area. No fewer than 40 people have been killed by suspected Boko Haram insurgents at L.G.A village of the Gaidam local government area of Yobe state. While 20 people were killed on Monday by the gunmen, the other 20 were killed on Tuesday by an explosive device suspected to have been planted by the insurgents. Residents linked the killings to the inability of the farmers in the community to pay taxes to the insurgents on their harvest. The insurgents stormed the village between 5 p.m. and 6 p.m., called out the residents, gathered them at the outskirts, and opened fire on them. A native told our correspondent on the telephone on Wednesday. Over 17 people died on the spot on Monday. The other about 20 were among those who drove from Gaidam and neighboring villages to the affected village for the burial of the first 20 on Tuesday. When they were driving back home, their vehicle drove over an explosive planted by the insurgents. 10 people died on the spot and about 10 people died at Gaidam Primary Health Center, where they were rushed to after the accident. The Yobe State Police Command spokesman Dongus Abdulkarim confirmed the two incidents. According to him, the gunmen, he would not call them insurgents until the conclusion of investigations, stormed L.G.A village at about 11 p.m. on Monday, October 30, and opened fire which resulted in the killing of the village head and between 17 and 20 people, Abdul Karim stated. Two of those who sustained severe injuries are now receiving treatment at Gaidam Hospital, and two others are now at the Yobe State University Teaching Hospital in Damaturu. At about 7:30 p.m. on Tuesday, October 31st, 2023, the people who had converged on the village for the burial of those killed drove over a landmine and 20 people died as a result, the Yobe police spokesman stated. He described the village as a stronghold of Boko Haram insurgents, disclosing that troops had even tagged the area as a no-go area. Abdul Karim gave background to the incident, remarking that there were reprisal attacks by the suspected insurgents. You know, this is harvest time and the insurgents are used to going around the farming communities collecting L.G.A, that is, farm produce tax. Recently, they stormed Tamuwa axis of the state in this tax collection round. Following information revealed by the locals, security agents stormed the locality and engaged the suspecting insurgents in a serious gunfire exchange, as a result of which 2 of the gunmen were killed and 4 were arrested, as many escaped with gun wounds. So, in reprisal, the gunmen descended on L.G.A village in Gaidam local government area, where they killed the people I have just told you, he stated. Meanwhile, a Gambian court has sentenced a soldier to 12 years imprisonment for coup plotting. A court in Gambia has sentenced a soldier to 12 years imprisonment for coup plotting in the country, which has restored democracy after 22 years of dictatorship. According to the ruling on Wednesday, November 1st, the court found Lance Corporal Sana Fadara guilty of treason on Tuesday, October 31st. Gambia has had a resurgence of democracy despite the region experiencing multiple military takeovers since 2020. Prior to his unexpected defeat in December 2016 presidential elections by political newcomer Adama Barrow. Former dictator Yahya Jammeh ruled the tiny state for 22 years. The court judgment said Fadera refuted the allegations to include one officer, a number of lower-ranking soldiers, and some civilians. Meanwhile, out of the 10 people initially questioned last December, 4 were charged and went on trial. 3 of those were acquitted on the charge of not reporting what Fadera was planning. Fadera was a disgruntled Navy laboratory technician who said he wanted to bring the people out onto the streets to support him. He stated that he had conferred with a marabout or religious leader in Mali and Gambia during the planning stages. The judge, in his sentences, said there was no violence employed during the offense and took into consideration the defendant's young age, which was not given, and lack of previous conviction.